Hello and we continue the video. Today we want to take a look at the newly released Hisuian Braviary in the Ultra League here. We are going to do some friendly battles against people from Twitter. Of course, they're most likely gonna know that I'm gonna run this Pokemon, so like it's kinda fishy, but it's kinda difficult to get them right now for the Great League meta. It's possible though, and I'm gonna try to do this tomorrow, so you're most likely gonna see a video from me using this Pokemon in the Hisui Cup, but you have to trade for this. Like, you have to trade for this Pokemon. It has worse stats in total, like in general, like the highest CP from this Pokemon has a worse stat than the normal Braviary, which makes it actually eligible for Great League, just normal trading. If you get like a 5, 6, 7 version or something like this, you should be fine. While we farmed on this as ASCAF here, which is really nice. We see the Granville coming in, a double charm team it seems like, as we're gonna go ahead, go for the Brave Bird there, and we can go for another Brave Bird here, which is gonna be very, very nice, as this is going to be able to do some massive damage, KO this thing, and win us the game. Next up, we have Gengar in the lead. That's very nice for us, as Gengar is pretty weak to our obstacle, and we have some weak connection as well here, which is really not nice. And we see a Sylveon coming in. Against a Sylveon, we're going to be able to go for one nice Poison Fang here, which is gonna put him into a range where I think I can farm down, but I cannot. And this is kind of problematic, as this move, of course, still comes through. It's a like super effective Side Shock, but we're still gonna be able to survive it. But you see here, we have Stone Edge on this Pokemon, and Nidoqueen with Stone Edge completely destroys this Gyarados. We can farm it down with the Braviary, and I make a small mistake here by staying in after the Sludge Bomb, expecting that I could get to another Omnius Wind there, but I can't, and so I give them just free, what's it called, like a free energy. But we are in such a good matchup that I'm not really fearing anything right now here, as we are just going to go ahead, go for some more Night Slashes, and we should be pretty easily able to win this game. So how did it go in general in those test matches? What can I say? It's actually not as bad as I thought, but of course it's also not good. Like, the thing with this Pokemon is, in general right now, we have a Genesect here in the lead. That's kind of cool, to be honest. I also really want to have a good Ice-type Genesect when it finally comes out, which most likely gonna be this month, I hope. But yeah, the thing in general here is that, yeah, the Braviary doesn't really have the best charge moves, or like in general, like it doesn't have the best fast moves either. Like, you only have the Air Slash here, which is not the best, and you have Omnius Wind, which is of course a cool bait move, but at the end of the day, it's also, oh, we get the boost here, that's cool. It's actually really helped us here, as we can go for Night Slash, which does now way more damage. But yeah, Omnius Wind is just a good bait move if you get the boost, but I didn't get a single time the boost, so it wasn't really like that nice. But you have the Brave Bird. Brave Bird gonna be able to do some massive damage in a lot of positions, which helps as a closer. And I think this team also really worked out pretty well. My main goal for the Stone Edge actually was like the Warrain, to counter Warrain if they want to come in there, but yeah, the only problem for this team really is, I guess, I mean, not really, like, you have the obstacle usually for the Empoleon, but Empoleon is kind of tough to deal with in the back here as they go into the Genesect. As we're gonna go ahead, go for the Stone Edge here. Stone Edge comes through. Do we get the shield here? I hope we get the shield. We get the shield. And can we actually still win this game? Can we go for one Brave Bird? Does one Brave Bird KO? We don't know yet. We will see. It's resist the damage against the Steel type here, against the Steel Burp. Can we go for one Brave Bird? And boom! And we win the game here. Very, very nice. Good game there. Next battle, we're gonna see that we see an obstacle against a Lowland Mug here, having the access to a Poison Jab. Of course, it does some nice damage as a quick move here, but they don't really pressure me that much with fast move, with the charge moves here. They're gonna go for the Acid Spray. I'm just gonna bait here with a potential Hyper Beam, as I'm running always some nice spicy stuff usually, so it's not really that uncommon if I would run Hyper Beam. But we're gonna get the shield here, but we actually get another shield, which is very nice, as we can go for another cross chop here. We survive this move here, and we can go ahead, go for one cross chop, and now swap out. We are double, like 4 times debuffed here, but we can just clear it going into our Nidoqueen, and they actually get to the move a little bit faster than I expected them to, but they go for the Acid Spray again. I can just let this move go through, go for one Poison Fang, and I should be fine here. Let's see what they have in the back. We have a 2-shield advantage already with a Braviary, which has also access to Brave Bird, and we see that it's gonna be a Glade. This is not the best for us, to be honest, as the fast move does so much damage, but we can go for 2 Poison Fangs, which should be able to KO him at this point of time already. Like, the Nidoqueen damage is so insane, but we can farm down with a Braviary, and we can get the Snorlax onto this. Unlike the usual form, which is part normal type, this is part psychic type, so the Snorlax matchup is way worse. Which means that we're gonna have to basically shield all the moves up here, and we have to go for some Brave Birds, but I'm not sure how much a Brave Bird gonna do. We load up at 100 energy and the Brave Bird comes through and boom, bye bye Snorlax. Winning again this game there, good game there. Into the next match, we see the Deoxys defense in the lead, horrible lead for us. Seeing Drapion, horrible save swap. I mean, actually it's a pretty decent save swap for us, but it really depends on how this matchup gonna go. We will see that we're gonna be able to bait with the Poison Fang. That the crunch actually does so much damage is kind of insane. But yeah, we can go for one bait there, and we can go for another nuke move here. Do they gonna shield this? They are gonna shield this as well, as we have now a 2-shield advantage, I think. And we're gonna try to farm this thing all the way down now with our Obstagoon. They are debuffed already, we should be able to counter them down. And if we're gonna get some nice extra Night Slash damage later on against the Deoxys, we should be fine. As the Sludge Bomb comes through and they swap into the Deoxys, which was a smart swap, because now we're gonna not be able to get to 2 moves. We have to swap, like, we are basically forced into the Braviary. As you can see here, this was the first match that I played, and sadly I didn't have the Omnious Wind yet, which would be really good in this scenario, as we would be able to get to that move and can just farm down the Deoxys afterwards. But like this, we have to go for the Brave Bird. So I changed the moveset afterwards. This was the first battle I did with this, and yeah, we just gonna see the Warring coming in here. And we can go for one Brave Bird, but this will not do enough because they also swapped into the Drapion. So good game there. Very interesting that they didn't go into the Warring against my Nidoqueen. Instead, they opted to go for the Drapion. Maybe because they knew what I had in the bag. Maybe it was just a misclick. We will never find out, but we see a Swampert here. I'm actually gonna shield this up because I kind of want to like bait that I have the Earth Power, which might do a lot of damage, and they might want to shield this. But turns out they definitely don't want to shield this, and yeah, we basically waste our turns there, which is fine, I guess, as they are in such a good spot now. They have a shield advantage, they're gonna have switch advantage now, and we will really have a problem here with our Obstagoon going for the counter down, but they can still get to at least 1 move here, maybe even 2 moves. Maybe they had 2 Hydrocans already, they have a lot of energy, but they don't get there, and we see the Finny coming in again, and we see Stunfisk coming in again, and we're getting completely hardwalled again. So there's nothing we can do here. This was just, like there's literally nothing we can do here, to be honest. We're gonna go ahead and shield this move up. Maybe you can get a boost with the Omnious Wind, but as spoiled before, we will never get any boost with this, even though I think I used it at least like 10 times, to be honest. It's kind of insane that we didn't get a boost from this yet, but it is fine. Omnious Wind comes through and we see that we can swap perfectly into our Obstagoon. Maybe you're gonna be able to get at least the shield from the opponent here, and maybe you can boom it with a Brave Bird later on, even though of course the other thing would KO me, but nope, they are just not baiting there, like they just don't get the bait there. I don't know why, like could have been actually game deciding if I did have the Gang Shot here, but maybe I don't know, I don't think I revealed the other move before, so kind of weird no shield. But it is fine, good game there. As we see the next opponent here, with Obstagoon against Grafty. Horrible lead again. We can swap into our Nidoqueen US. We get greeted by a Credilli. Very cool spice here. This is our 100% Credilli at level 50 because it gets directly to 2499 CP, which is really cool. And we see here the opponent going for Grass Knot. We easily survive this. We can go for one more Poison Fang. Poison Fang comes through. As we see that the defense drops, they shield, and we can shield here as well. And we can just go ahead, farm up extra energy, and throw the Poison Fang. We're always going to be able to win this matchup. It's like Nidoqueen is just so overpowered in neutral matchups over time just because of the debuffs. It just adds up. As we can go ahead, go for one Poison Fang against this Crafty. And they're actually going to be able to shield this up for whatever reason. And now swap into the Ampharos, which is really good for us, is we can go ahead, go for some Night Slashes here, and the Night Slash is gonna do some nice damage here as they're gonna go ahead and go for a big move. I'm gonna shield this up, maybe it's a Focus Blast, it is a Focus Blast, and we can now just KO this thing with Counter Down, and we have so much energy for the last Pokemon there that it's gonna be pretty easy. We have also the boost, and we can just go ahead, go for the cross chop here, doing some nice damage. They're gonna go ahead, go for their, I think, Power Punch, I guess. and no, actually foul play, which is not the play that you should do here, but we can just go ahead, go into the Braviary, survive everything, and farm this thing all the way down, winning us the game here. Good game to my opponent. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the next match, as we see Obstagoon against Jellicent lead. Very good for us, as they're gonna go ahead and swap onto my charge move here, which is a weird swap. I basically threw my charge move onto their potential Bubble Beam, but now we see the 9 hits against the Nidoqueen, and we can just go for one Poison Fang here. Gonna do enough damage to farm him now all the way down. And we can go ahead and go for some Stone Edges against the now incoming Jellicent, as they're gonna try to debuff the attack here, I guess. Or do they go for Shadow Ball? They go for Shadow Ball. Fine for me, I can go for the Stone Edge. And we can realign our Pokemon, which is all that I really want, because I don't really want to have a Ghost type against a Psychic type in the back, so this should be fine. This team actually really works out pretty well here, to be honest, for like a team around Braviary. Like usually you don't want to have a team around Braviary anyway, but if you want to have one, like if you want to try it out, I guess this one is the way. Again, like I'm most likely gonna make another video on this Pokemon tomorrow on the Hisui Cup, but yeah, like you have to trade it first, and yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tougher to get this. But also, you're most likely gonna see this then a little bit later, but I have to see. We have to see as we see the Stunfisk coming in here. Very interesting, as we can go for one Ominous Wind, as this will not do enough, but we're still in the fighting spot, as we basically have a core breaker for his team. They have the Stunfisk, they have the Jellicent, and we have the Obstagoon, which basically breaks both of them, which is really, really nice, which also explained the shields prior, as we can go ahead, go for one more, like Omnious Wind, basically perfect Team Peter here, and we can go ahead, go into the Obstagoon, shield this move up. We are fine here. We're shielding the moves from the Stunfisk, as the Jellicent cannot really do anything. And we can go for one Night Search here. And they are actually going to go ahead and shield this move up, which is completely fine for us. We can go for another one. And at this point, we easily win this match here as well, as we can go ahead, go for one cross jump and win this. Like you see so many wins here right now. It's kind of nice, to be honest. Like we won a lot of games with this team. Very cool. As we see a Charming lead, which is not really cool, and we have to go into the Braviary, which is also not really cool. But they definitely have to respect the Brave Bird here, and I should just go straight for Brave Bird at this point of time. Why do a shield here? Because I want to go for the Brave Bird, of course. But I'm going to go for the Omnious Wind. And do my opponent, like, do they want to shield here? Nope. Do they want to shield the next one? Nope. And we are in a really bad spot now. Imagine I went one time for Brave Bird, I would have been able to just completely destroy this thing and realign my Pokemon. Like this, I even have to eat one Weather Ball here, which is not really nice, and they're gonna show me that they're gonna have the Empoleon in the back, and I'm way too tired at this point of time to think. I should have just swapped out immediately, but I was just too tired, to be honest, like literally, like I didn't really realize what's happening, but it doesn't matter because it's a Hitmonchan anyway. Like imagine I went for the Brave Bird, I would have completely hardwalled my opponent here, but like this I don't, and they can just farm me down. Good game there. Final game against Pranav, also a fellow content creator and streamer on Twitch. If you haven't followed him there, you should. He's a really good battler, like he's really, really insane. He's like always like one of the top best battlers there. He also, I think is he qualified? I don't know if he's even qualified for Worlds, but he was like always really far in the tournaments there. So like he's a really good battler. We have a horrible lead with the Nidoqueen. We go into our own Nidoqueen, as we got basically the refund here, which is kind of nice for us, but didn't really matter in the long run. We go for the Stone Edge. They have basically a perfect answer here for me in the back with the Jellicent, which is always a decent answer against the Nidoqueen. But as we go for another Stone Edge, they're gonna let this move go through actually. So I can farm them all the way down if I want to, but I just decide to not do this and farm them down with the Obstagoon here instead, because I kind of wanted to maybe see that the Braviary can do something with 2 shields. Turns out it's a Machamp in the back, so Braviary in the back is a good answer, but you have to shield here something, and it's in general not a good answer against the Nidoqueen that has so much energy left. So this is gonna be a good game as well. There's nothing I can do here really anymore, because it's just too spammy. Like Nidoqueen has just too much energy at this point of time, and my Obstagoon has basically no play. We're gonna go ahead, maybe get the boost, but again, we will never be lucky with this Pokemon. We don't even get to the final move there, which didn't really matter anyway, because the Machamp would have won anyway. And that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Have a great rest of your day, and see you a little bit later tomorrow for the review in the Hisui Cup. Bye.